Okay, we're live. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oop. Hello. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop everything.
Everything is stopped.
Okay. Because I didn't sync it. Okay.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 195 of the In30 Security Podcast. My name is Haim Cohen. We have Tom. Say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, so we just had Thanksgiving. Are we okay? Are we recovered?
Just barely. I made mistakes, as did most Americans Thursday night. I ate too much turkey, and I fell asleep on a couch. It was a good time, though. I had a good time.
Did you go shopping?
No.
No shopping?
Of course not. No. I'm not going to go out. I mean, A, I don't leave the house. And B, there's no way I'm shopping on Black Friday. The deals aren't really that good, and I just buy everything online anyway.
We're talking Thanksgiving Thursday.
Oh, Thanksgiving shopping? Oh, no. No, that, like, I'm not really known for having a moral code, but if there was anything I was just 100% against, it's shopping on Thanksgiving. It's just not going to happen.
See, like, I look at it this way. By 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? Aren't you? I'm like done with my family, right? You already got out all the politics, all the religion.
Yeah.
So you know what?
You've thrown a chair or two. Like, you're all set at that point.
Like, why not work for double pay with all the other people that hate their families, and maybe you'll get somewhere. I don't know. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it is American capitalism working on a national holiday.
So, I mean, I hate the fact that they force people to do it and everything else, but whatever. Like, maybe have like special, like hidden doorbusters. Like, they don't advertise it and then you find out. So you make all the bloggers have to like go into overtime, but they can do that from their couch.
That's true. They don't even have to wear pants if they don't want to.
Yeah. So, and then we did go shopping on Friday. I don't think I did anything on Saturday. I did spend a lot at certain online companies because they were there.
I will admit that I did buy a bunch of games for the Switch. I got a lot of games for the Switch.
See, I'm have to play it until I beat it, and then I buy a new game. That's the type of person I am.
See, my life and my gaming habit would be so much cheaper if I took on that mindset.
So I saw a lot of Switch games. I'm like, maybe I should get this. And I said, no, I'm still playing one, and then I got to move on. I will do it at once. I've already outgrown I set myself a $500 limit. I'm going to buy the 3 Nintendo games, Zelda, Odyssey, and Mario Kart, and I'm going to be happy. And I am happy. And then you gave me more recommendations, so I bought more. So again, we're going to get into the Switch in a few minutes, but Switch, a big thumbs up. A big thumbs up. So,
and I hear the new Pokemon game is supposed to be good.
I am not a Pokemon fan, but I did hear the same thing. So, and then I didn't really do Cyber Monday shopping. I don't know. I don't think are people still shopping on Cyber Monday?
I mean, there were deals out there. I have never really been super into Cyber Monday or even Black Friday for that matter. In a lot of places, the deals are okay sometimes, but not any more than any other kind of, overstocked, we got to get this out the door sort of deal.
So anyway, let's move on to our topic. So in the whole spirit of gifts, Mozilla, that's the Firefox people, released privacy. They called it privacy not included. And it's a shopping list of sorts. And I initially saw this. I said, oh, Mozilla, this must be good. Like, they really vetted all this stuff. And I sent it to the WhatsApp group, which, by the way, you should absolutely join. Just find us and message us. We will get you right in.
It's a good time.
And this is a really, really horrible site. Like, it's just awful. So first off, the UI is pretty bad, but we don't understand how they figured out what is good and not. So basically it starts off not creepy and they start showing some stuff. So Nintendo Switch apparently is not creepy. The Kano coding kit is not creepy. The Amazon Kindle is not creepy. And then you get a little creepy into your the Innova Sous Vide. You're like, huh? What is this cooking device? Jabra headphones are a little creepy. And just keep on going down. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. So Tom and I sat there and saying, what makes something creepy? And we literally had no idea. We have no idea how they rated this. and it's crazy to us. So we want to go through it and like talk about some stuff that like the stuff you should be looking for. So let's start with the Switch. So the like their number one winning product for whatever reason that's not creepy, that meets their goal, their seal of approval, is the Nintendo Switch. So you click on it and it talks about it, and the first thing you do is you get red. So product uses encryption. So it shows you what the camera can do, the microphone, if there's location tracking. Then it goes, does the product use encryption? Yes, it does. Reading level, which is a whole different podcast for the privacy policy. College, which got a frowny face. And shares your information with third parties, another frowny face. And has a mediocre face for passwords and security. Does security updates, does delete data, has parental controls, can manage vulnerabilities. And that's about it. But it's like, this gets the super award because but yet it shares stuff with you. Then you go to something else that doesn't share, but because it has a camera on it, it doesn't like it.
Yeah, this list and the way they put together the rating is really, really bad. In some products, you can tell they absolutely didn't dig into these at all. They took a cursory glance and arbitrarily assigned a rating. And if someone from Mozilla is listening, or if you know better, please let us know. Tweet at us, email, but whatever. Throw a comment on a YouTube video. I honestly can't grep the rationale they used for some of these products. Like, does the product use encryption? Yes. Okay. Well, that's not a great answer, right? Anyone making a connection to an HTTPS site or endpoint is using some form of encryption, right? Now they don't even go into, well, what's the SSL Labs rating on this, right? Are they using a SHA-1 cert on MD5? Like, it could be really bad connection, or really bad encryption. Is it using end-to-end encryption? Spoiler alert: none of these products are really going to use that at all. But does a company share your information with third parties? Yes. Turns out the Switch does, which is okay for the Switch, but not for other companies who share your data with third parties. It's a bit confusing. Has parental controls on there? I guess that's okay, but I even saw some incorrect information where they said, yeah, this product does have parental controls. I own the product, and it absolutely does. Company manages security vulnerabilities. Yes or no, I guess works, but if the company takes 6 months to respond to a vulnerability, are they really managing it? And then this one is very odd to me. Company makes it easy to contact customer support. I don't think this should be in their privacy not included page. It seems like an arbitrary distinction.
Look, you just keep on going through it. So let's take something like really, really that does nothing. So the Sphero is this little ball that you get it on an iPad or Android tablet or phone or whatever, and you drag and drop blocks and you can make it do things. It's basically like a learning for coding for young kids. Or if you play it my way, you can race the balls and you can have two of them together and you can race them, which is an awesome use of $50. But it's somewhat creepy, I guess, is the level. It shares information with third parties for unexpected reasons. I don't understand that. Like, I guess it's sharing with Sphero, and if you get the Star Wars BB-8, they tell Disney, I guess, that you have it. Has location tracking, yes, because the app needs to know where the ball is. Has a microphone because it has audio controls that it senses. It does have a camera on the app because the app is your phone. Like, okay, and then can't determine if it has parental controls. And then it goes, well, it's hackable. Well, yeah, the whole point of this is that it's completely hackable, and they're open to that. And it's like, what happens if it goes wrong? It's like, well, we can hack into it, but there's nothing there. Like, what are you going to do if you hack into this remote control ball? Like,
you roll it around.
Yeah, like
that's literally what you can do.
And it's saying, it's marketed to children, so it doesn't get the security award or their stamp of approval, and it's a ball that you write code to actually design to do different things. And your only negative is that it shares with third party. Like, what
Yeah.
is it sharing with? I guess it's using the location so Google gets it or Apple gets it.
So, which begs the question, like the Sphero Mini and the Nintendo Switch, as far as their rating guide goes, really close, super close in their ratings or their arbitrary distinctions, right? But the Switch is rated as not creepy. The Sphero is rated as a little creepy, and I'm not entirely sure why.
So let's go with the other one, the Anova Sous Vide. So if you don't know what sous vide is, it's a water circular. So you stick this big like stainless steel tube into a bucket of water, and it gets the temperature up to whatever 130, 160 degrees, and you leave it running 3-4 hours, and you have the most amazingly cooked steak ever, like ever,
Seriously.
ever.
That's not an exaggeration. Like if you want the most tender meat you have ever had in your entire life, you have to sous vide.
Okay, and it's one of those it's idiot proof. The only negative for on my end for me when I've tried it is that you have to, when you're done with the meat, you have to do something else with it. You have to put on another heat source like a grill just for 2 minutes just to get that top layer like charred. So I have to put on the barbecue for 2 minutes on each side just to get it. And at that point I'm like, you know what? In 10 minutes I can just grill it. And you can tell the difference. Sous vide is better, but not 3 hours of doing nothing better. That's my opinion. So
yeah, so they're saying product uses encryption. No, this is the Bluetooth. So they threw in the Bluetooth version with the Bluetooth plus Wi-Fi version, which I think you need two totally distinct ratings, right? Because if the Bluetooth version doesn't use encryption, right? Bluetooth happens to be encrypted by default. That's kind of at the protocol level, right? It's not the strongest thing you're going to find, but it's not clear text either. But if they're not using any kind of encryption over Wi-Fi, yeah, that could be more of an issue. So they need to make a distinction there. But product use encryption, no. That's not a sufficient answer. You just say none of their endpoints are secured with TLS. It's okay. That's a way better distinction if they were to have said that, but they didn't. They just say no.
But why does your sous vide need encryption?
Why does my sous vide need encryption? Probably a better question, and a question for many, if not most, of the products on this list is, why does my sous vide need an internet connection at all, right? Why does it even need Bluetooth for that matter? It's got a display and buttons on the face of it. Like, I can punch in 130 degrees and stick it in a bucket of water. Like, I really don't need any kind of, Internet of Things or technology controlling this other than an LCD display and some digital buttons.
So it just basically so I have the sous vide, and I think what it is that their app is terrible. Their app is absolute garbage, but it basically connects using some sort of protocol, either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and you can remotely control it. And this is good because you have to let it go for 3 hours. So it's basically a timer that lets you know when 3 hours has hit, but you could just set a timer for 3 hours. I did not have good luck with their app. It has some recipes built in or whatever else, but the internet works well. Anyway, security, what did I see? Manages security vulnerabilities. The company does not have a bug bounty. It does have internal developers working on security issues. I don't understand that. Like, what does that mean? Why does that get a yes? Basically, you're saying some guy is saying, yep, it's secure.
So there are a lot of companies that don't have bug bounties for various reasons. I think it's good to have a bug bounty. I think it heads a lot of things off at the pass if you don't have one. But I mean, sure, I think having an internal security team that manages vulnerabilities or a support contact for a company is a fine answer here, right? It's not the best answer, but it's fine. Not every company is gonna, especially a company that makes cookware, right? They're not gonna go to HackerOne and put out like this big bug bounty and run a giant internet company scale security program, right? They're just not interested in that. They're interested in making the best pork chops you have ever had. Sprig of mint, little bit of garlic, Salt and pepper for sure. And make sure to cook that guy low and slow for a bunch of hours. It's going to be fantastic. But they don't have a bug bounty, so that pork chop might not turn out as as good as another sous vide that does.
And at the bottom, it says, what could happen if something goes wrong? They can hack your Wi-Fi, crank up the cooking temperature, and overcook your steak. Okay, that's not the best thing that could happen.
That's probably the worst thing that's ever been hacked into in the history of ever.
Like, okay. Okay.
If somebody cooks my steak well done, like that's a fate worse than death at that point.
Can you hack the Nintendo Switch and do the same thing?
Yes.
Like, yes. You get onto the Wi-Fi, you hack someone's Nintendo Switch.
This version of the Switch, the OG Switch, before they do any hardware revisions, the first version, the Tegra chip they use has a fatal flaw that if you wanted to jailbreak your Switch and put some homebrew on it, if you wanted to make it the most insecure Linux box you've ever seen, you can do that. Is that called out anywhere? No.
It makes it easy to cut. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about the sous vide, and it's like, okay, so this is bad, but yet you go to something that gets a stamp of approval, like the PS4, and it's like if they hack into your Wi-Fi, they can buy a whole bunch of games that cost you a lot of money. If you don't set up two-factor, someone could hack into your PS account and buy a bunch of games on your credit card. That's a real problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a problem with any device that has access to a store. If they get access to that device, to its internals, they can buy a bunch of content. Now, if they're hacking you remotely, right? If they buy a bunch of PlayStation games by hacking your Wi-Fi remotely, and they don't live in your house or have access to your PlayStation, doesn't do them a whole lot of good. Like, I can buy you a bunch of Nintendo Switch games right now, but that doesn't help me. One of the big things that really frustrates me about this list is they've got these little badges on their on some of these products that says this meets our minimum security standards. The big check mark looks super official. Like this is the product to get if privacy is a concern of yours. One of the things that got this badge is the Roku streaming device. Now, I'm a big fan of Roku. I love Roku, but it spies on you all the time. It literally. So when I installed the Pi-hole and installed the the privacy blacklists to black hole all of this data collection, the Roku was the #1 most chatty device on that block list for miles. Like, nothing else could even touch it. Like, I have Google devices in my home and they weren't nearly as chatty as the Roku was. The Roku is literally one of the most spy-heavy, surveillance-heavy devices I have ever seen. And people have written articles about this, but for some reason, it meets Mozilla's minimum security standards.
So you go down, the Nest cameras do not meet it. Why? Everything is good. Product uses encryption, yes. Privacy policy is college, okay.
Yeah.
Shares third party, no. Not required password, yes. Security updates, yes. Delete data. Manage security vulnerabilities, yes. Customer support, yes. A bad person could access your indoor camera and spy on you 24/7. So that doesn't get it. The Amazon Cloud Cam gets it, and they're like, if you do creepy things, it goes on the cloud, and it has all these red boxes. Now,
I really, so in looking at this list and just taking a cursory glance at the like in-depth digging, it almost seems like anything run by a Google or former Google company is getting blacklisted here. Like the Nest Hello video doorbell, for instance, right? They totally hate that, but doesn't require password changes, does get automatic security updates. You can delete the data it stores on you. The company does manage security vulnerabilities. Google runs a bug bounty for it. The product uses encryption. Like, this doesn't look like a terrible device. Nest, I mean, I don't like all Nest products. I'm not saying that they get my, badge of recommendation or even approval in some cases. But as far as security goes, they're going to be a lot better than any of the white label cameras you pick off the shelf at Home Depot or Lowe's. Like this actually has a real company behind it with a real team that cares a lot about security issues and making sure that their users are happy with their products. I haven't always been happy with my Nest products, which is why I don't have them anymore. But if other cameras on this list are going to get the Mozilla seal of approval, I think Nest should absolutely be up there. There's no reason not to have it.
I mean, we have the problem where Nest, what's it called, randomly went down. It actually went down over the weekend, but again, that's not a security issue. Their service went down. So
yeah.
Anyway, you just go through this list, and why do some cameras get it? You just explain this, and other cameras don't. The pet tracking apps, they're creepy, but they're not for you. Like they track your pets. Like you kind of want that.
So here's the distinction, and I need to make the disclaimer now. I work for AWS. I don't work for Amazon or the Fire team or anything else. I don't speak for them. I'm not a PR representative. All opinions are my own. Yada yada yada. But on Mozilla's list, the Fire HD Kids Edition gets their seal of approval. The Fire HD tablet does not. To my knowledge, and again, I'm not an expert on these, to my knowledge, they are the exact same product, except one has a rubber bumper around it.
So, since I own both of these devices, you are right. It is, and I've gone through warranty repairs on the kid's device. It is exactly true. The blue bumper signifies you have a 2-year, no questions asked warranty, whereas the other one does not. And the blue bumper one comes with the kids version, which is just an add-on. It's just a paid ad. Basically, they remove the ads. So it's just a software difference.
Yeah. So there's really no difference between these devices, what they're capable of, or their security models. They're running the same OS. But why does the kids one get the check mark and the Fire HD tablet doesn't? Like this list is arbitrary for the worst reasons. They're not even good distinctions. They're not even, logical increments here. It's just, we like this company or we like this brand of product and we don't like this other one. I love Mozilla. I think they make a great browser. Firefox is my daily driver and has been for a few years now. I just don't get where they're coming from here. And I couldn't be more disappointed in this.
Like why are the Bose headphones don't get their security, their seal of approval? Oh, they're saying that the app is secretly recording you.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff you don't need the app, right? When you get the Nintendo Switch, right? Because they do have ratings on there for Nintendo's app, right? Can Nintendo's app access your microphone? Yes, it can. Do you want Nintendo's app? No, it's worthless. It literally doesn't give you anything that you want. It's hard to express my disappointment.
Anyway, we got 7 minutes. Let's just talk about, okay, so we're annoyed about this guide. What can we do to continue with it? So we have this guide. What should you look for, I guess? And again, on this guide, they have companies I've never heard of. So if you're talking about the IoT space that connects to the internet, pick a name that everyone has heard of, because you want some company that cares about security behind it. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean that they care about security. So you want to make sure that the name at least has some standing. Like you've heard like good things. Like I only buy Philips Hue smart lights because I know Philips. They had an issue. They fixed it right away. And whether you're into IoT or not, you can say Philips is a big brand and they're known for their light bulbs compared to whatever else. Like,
if you're looking for a fitness tracker, right? Fitbit is probably the most well-known, with Garmin coming in a very close second place. I wouldn't get any other weird off-brand fitness tracker. We've absolutely heard of the Amazon Kindle, but that that other weird no-name e-reader that you're not sure where it came from and you're not sure about the company, but it can read PDFs and it's got an e-ink display and it's only $6. Do you really want that on your network? Yeah, probably not. I stick with the big companies. It will actually save you. It'll save your sanity at the very least.
Oh, the Google Home or the Echo or the cameras from Nest or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The Google has a vested interest, same with Amazon, to keep your data private. So they will go to lengths to keep your data private. And if something happens, remember, they have to comply with GDPR. They have to do these things to make sure things work. So they care. These no-name white label brands, they may not care. They'll just rebrand as a different name. So ask yourself, who are you hiding from? With that said, I will never put a camera in my bedroom, which is just fun. I will never put a camera inside my house. And I cover like my computer with the little webcam stickers, but that's a privacy thing that I choose to, not because I'm afraid of it. It's if something does go wrong, it's going to affect everybody, not just no-name brands.
Yeah. If you're looking for cameras, the big companies are probably the ones to stick with, right? I know Amazon has a lot of cameras, Nest has a lot of cameras. Ring has got their video doorbell product, which I hear good things about. There's a lot of big name companies with big support and software dev budgets around that will actually be able to support these devices going forward. You don't want to pick one of the weird no-name products off this list and say, Mozilla gives it their seal of approval. This means that the Wise Cam is going to be perfect forever, right? It might be a great device. I've never used it, but I've never heard of Wise. I probably wouldn't go for that one. I really wouldn't.
Here's the water bottle. Hydrate Spark 2 water bottle. It doesn't get the seal of approval because it shares your information with third party. What can go wrong? It shares your drinking habits. This is an app issue. This is not a product thing. Like, yeah, I kind of don't want my drinking habits shared. You know what? They know that I'm not drinking enough liquid, not water, not milk, not juice, not tea, but enough liquid to the insurance companies. You know what? Maybe that's not a great thing. But security, we can't determine security updates. It's a water bottle. It's a water bottle.
Another thing to keep in mind, look, I know we've covered this before, and I know if you're listening to this show, you probably already know this, but just because it can be on the internet doesn't mean it should be on the internet. I know of literally no valid reason why my water bottle needs to be attached to Wi-Fi, right? If you know of a good reason, or if you want to take up the charge, please join our WhatsApp group and let's have a spirited debate, because I think Wi-Fi water bottles are dumb.
Don't at me. What is it? Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Wi-Fi water bottles are dumb. Change my mind.
What's it called? So there is a water bottle drinking challenge. It's called the water gallon drinking challenge. You each start at the beginning of the day with a gallon of water. Last person to finish it with picks, like you got to send picks, honor system, but picks, has to loses. It's very simple. So what's your drinking habit? You have a gallon of water. You start with it full, and then you take a picture of it empty at the time, and you win.
Yeah, hydration is important. Not as important during the winter months, but definitely still important. Drink your water, kids.
I just don't. The Beeline Smart Bike Compass. I don't know why this is creepy.
Because it can tell which direction you're going.
I'm just seeing this. So Mozilla, I wish they got their act together and come up with like a legit list. Like this is we've actually talked to these companies. They seem like they're going in the right direction, or we really do recommend this for the privacy conscious person. But it's hilarious to look at. And unfortunately it makes me sad that we can't recommend this.
Yeah, I do love Mozilla again. I love what they stand for. I love Firefox. I even use Thunderbird. Like I'm a diehard Mozilla fanboy, but this list is absolutely not up to their standards, and it shouldn't have been put together. It shouldn't have been published. It's very poorly done.
So with that said, we're running out of time. We will have our own like favorite gift guide coming up, but hopefully before Christmas and not after Christmas.
Here's a preview of our holiday gift guide. YubiKey 5. They also come in USB-C flavors now, along with the Nanos. They're great. They're cheap, and they will keep you secure. By far, the laziest two-factor option you can invest in.
And the Nintendo Switch.
And the Nintendo Switch.
There's your teaser for two things. Anyway, we're done. We will hopefully see you next week. We're not hoping for more security news, but we're hoping for something. So we will talk to everyone next week. Bye, everyone.